All right, what's up, everybody? I want to give you a quick update on what's happening with Bitcoin's price because it has completed the move that we talked about in the last video. Now, in the last video, I told you all that if Bitcoin's price at any given point loses $42.34 thousand, that you could expect a pull to the downside, likely towards around 41.3 to 41.6 thousand bucks. And what you can see is that its price did, of course, lose that key level of support and get this move to the downside. So going forward now, knowing that our, of course, bottom side move has been validated, and we did get a nice little short trade. I opened it up right here. It was a very, very, very small leverage because I don't like betting against Bitcoin all that often, but I think it was like 4 or 5x leverage, 2% gain. I think it was like 8.5% and something like that. It's not too bad. By the way, I am doing all my trading over on Margex. It's the best trading platform in which you don't need the KYC and you don't need a VPN. You can just deposit and start trading on leverage if you like. Links are down below. Make sure you go check it out. But as I mentioned before, this was a decent trade, but something interesting happened. What you can see here is that after reaching towards that little breakdown zone, of course, 41.3 to 41.6, we actually saw Bitcoin's price recover back above that previous level of support. We saw a successful failure of an SR flip. An SR flip is generally when a support level flips into a resistance level off of a back test and then you continue downwards. But we actually saw the bulls push the price back up above that key level of support, giving us a fake out to the downside. Now, generally speaking, when you get a fake out to the downside, it then opens up the door for a breakout to the upside. And so because of that, I have now shut down that short trade that I had before, and I'm actually going to be planning on shutting this one down here. You guys can see that we entered in on this thing right around $45.2 thousand. It is still up a decent amount, currently around 21% because I am on 4x leverage, but at the end of the day, I am actually planning on shutting that one down too, because although there is still a decent sized chance we get a move to the downside here, who knows, maybe we even go into some type of macro channel, right? This is not out of the realm of possibilities at this given point. Even though there is a possibility of that, I don't really like when macro structure starts to form at the bottom of moves like this, because knowing the fact that we're in a bull market, a lot of the times it ends up breaking to the upside, like a lot of the time, right? Doesn't really matter what it looks like, and I don't really care that there could be more gains to come from my short trade. It's a short trade in a bull market. It's eventually going to lose, right? And so because of that, yes, I am going to be shutting this one down pretty soon here. Now, what does this mean for you if you're, say, just kind of wondering what to do about Bitcoin at this point? Personally, what I would be doing is I would be looking at this from the same perspective that we looked at it in the last video. There's only two options, and I'm not going to guess what's going to happen here. I'm just going to be reactionary, okay? The reason why we won on this little short trade yesterday is because we were reactionary. We saw the breakdown of support, went short, of course, saw a little 8.4 to 8.5% gain. Not bad. And I'm going to take the same approach this time around. There's two ways this is going to go. We're either going to break down or we're going to break up. I know I'm stating the obvious right now, but it seems like even that can be a little complicated sometimes. If option number one happens and the price does break down, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm assuming we're going to get a little bit of a move. We're going to try to establish some type of trend right around here. And the likelihood is here that we see Bitcoin come back down again to about $41.7 to $42,000. That's going to be a nice little 6% gainer on a short trade that I'm going to take on. Okay. If we see Bitcoin's price break to the upside of this little descending resistance level here, I'm actually going to wait this one out. Okay. I'm going to wait this one out until we actually see Bitcoin's price break back above $43,000 because there is a lot of bearish liquidity here. We might run into resistance at any one of these key points, and we could see a lot of sideways consolidation, and I don't want to enter into a long trade or anything after a breakout of that nature. It's just not strong enough in my opinion. So I'll be on the lookout for Bitcoin to break 43K. So it's just that simple. I'm not going to go much more deep into it. It's just about that simple. If I do see the price break to the downside of 42.3K again, going short until about 41.7 to 42K. If we see a break to the upside, I'm waiting for 43K to be broken, and I'm going to go long there with a stop loss likely around 42.7 to 42.8K, somewhere around here. Okay, quite simple, quite easy. You guys know I keep you updated all the time. If you do want to see when I make buys, if you do want to see my own portfolio, if you want to get extra exclusive access, extra technical analysis, all that stuff, check out my Patreon down below. And again, don't forget, I'm doing all of my trading currently on Margex. So whenever we do see this move either to the upside or to the downside, I'm going to be taking that here on Margex. Like I said, you don't need a VPN, you don't need a KYC. If you're on other exchanges and you're on other trading platforms, in my opinion, you're wasting your time. Margex is by far the best. So go check them out down in the links below, and I will update you as we do get this move. And I will also be posting about some Solana, maybe some Ethereum today. So stay tuned for that. Peace out, everybody.